Hello, hello, hello. Hey guys. Oh, it's so sunny. I'm squinting. Okay, I'm squinting. All right, let's find a better view. So yeah, listen. So you guys just heard Steven's version of how we met, but guys, they leave out the details. Okay, so let's roll back a little bit, and I'll give you my version. I was about 8 or 9 years old. I was at my grandmother's house and I was on the porch because, 8 or 9, well, at least for me, I wasn't allowed to go wandering around. So I'm on the porch. I see this guy, this boy, come around the corner and he's heading up the street. I knew I had recognized him from somewhere, but I wasn't 100% certain. So as he was walking, he's slowly glancing up on the porch where I'm at, and I'm just watching him walk down the street. He was going to the store or something, and I'm thinking to myself, where's he going? Because I know I can't leave the porch. So, anyway, that's how I initially saw him. Later, I find out that that's my brother's friend. Okay. And he told me his name. He came up to the house to see my brother, and they were just kind of hanging out a little bit. And then they went to the store. This was later that day. I hadn't seen maybe a month or so later. I saw him again from a distance. But I thought, oh my goodness. Now I'm a kid, we have our little crushes, even as kids. And that's where my crush started. And I would say some time had passed, maybe about 6 years. We hadn't seen each other a whole lot. But then we moved away to California. So I was on the West Coast, living another life far away. And we moved back to the East Coast 6 years later, about 6 years, 7 years later. And it's at my grandmother's house, lives at the same house. He lives in the same neighborhood still. And that time, I'm at the house, phone rings, I get a call. He asks for my brother. My brother said, hold on a moment. He asked me, who was I? I told him who I was. He says, oh yeah, I remember you. So I give my brother the phone. All right, that's about the end of that. Not too long after that, again, he's in the neighborhood. But this time, we were hanging out, my brother and I, and we got a formal introduction. But by that time, I actually had knew his family a little bit more. He was away. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But I knew his family a little bit more. I was actually friends with his brother. And so often his brother would come up to my grandmother's and, we'd hang out on the porch and chat. His brother and I actually have the same birthday. So we had a lot in common. So anyway, as, we were becoming friends and talking and everything, he showed up. And so that's probably initial of how we met, how we came to know one another. Within a very short period of time that summer, my sister and I and my brother, okay, I'm not going to break all of this down, but anyway, the four of us all went out to movies, and then later on that summer we went to the local carnival or fair, and so that's where it began. That's where we met, and I was probably about to turn 14, somewhere around there, or 14 years old at that particular point. And so that means he was about 16 or about to turn 16, somewhere in that vicinity. So we're talking about a lot of years ago. Okay, so that's my point of view. That's how we met.